All right, guys, here we go again. Today is Thursday, November 16th. And of course, we are meeting today to discuss the hot topics that you guys want to discuss. Shilpi, Adam, nice to see you. Glad you're here. Please drop your questions if you have any. Today, the main topic of the stream is the understanding what are the options you have when you will lose the green card lottery. And guys, why do I say when you lose? Because it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And we're going to discuss this today. This is a very interesting topic. I always discuss it with my clients. We're going to discuss if the green card lottery has immigration intent behind it for the purpose of getting non-immigrant visas. We're going to discuss the options. We're going to discuss the chances that you will have for the green card lottery and everything else related to this topic. To be honest with you, I'm not following the dates. I know approximately the dates for green card lottery. I believe that the green card lottery either is still going or just finished. And let me know if you guys know what's going on with the terms. I know that the results are going to be coming out sometime in May, so approximately around those 2 months. Definitely we're going to be talking about that in depth, more from the philosophical standpoint and of course a legal standpoint as well. Rushi, nice to see you today as well. I hope you're doing well. Let's start with a little warm up. Today is Thursday. Last week was very fruitful for the company. We got 6 approvals for EB1A. This week we have yet 1 approval for EB1A. That's another case for a lawyer from Russia. And you guys remember last time I told you that we got the first ever approval for an attorney from a different country other than the States. That was basically a sensation in the immigration, among other immigration attorneys, because as I told you, no immigration attorneys were able to get that done in the past. Okay, we were the first ones to get that approval, and there we go. We have the second approval this week, also for a civil rights activist from Russia, and this is a great news for our company and of course for our client. 1 approval, but very, very important. Okay, so let's talk about the green card lottery. First of all, let's talk about understanding what the green card lottery is. First of all, it's very important to understand that every year the US government gives an opportunity to all of you, everybody in the world who want to participate in this event, and they allocate about 55,000 green cards for this lottery. Very important to understand that it's not 55,000 people who will win the lottery will get the green cards. It's everybody, including the family members. So, for example, if we take for granted that each green card lottery has the winner of each position in a green card lottery has a family of 3. Okay, so a wife, a husband, and a kid. And of course, sometimes it could be two people, sometimes 3, sometimes 4, maybe 5. Maybe 1, we don't know, but I think it's safe to assume that it's 3 people. Okay, so divide 55,000 by 3. Okay, how much is gonna be? Probably around 18,000 actual winners or families who will get the green cards. Okay, so when you win the green card lottery, and let's reverse. Probably a couple of years ago, I was calculating the chances of a single person, of a particular person in the world who applied for the green cards. What are the chances of winning? And I can't remember if it's 0.1 or 0.01% of the chances. Okay? So, I think that this is too small to put any kind of bet on this kind of thing, okay? Especially when you guys compare with 90+% approval rate when you file for a certain visa that I specialize at, okay? Because when I pick up your case, when I build up a strategy for your case, I build it for 90% plus winning chance. Okay, so compare 90% plus, or even let's say it's a 0.1. Okay, this is nothing. Okay, you can't even, there's no way to compare these two. So you need to understand that the chances of you winning are critically low. That's number one. Okay, and we're talking about understanding the green card lottery. Number two, when you win, and if you win, okay, you are allocated a number in the queue, in the line, okay, among all other people who also applied for the green card lottery. And if your number is anywhere above 25, 30, maybe even sometimes 20,000, depending on the year, depending on how many family members those winners before you got, you're probably not gonna get it. Okay, you're probably not gonna get it because first, either they're gonna run out of the green cards. So if there are like 3 to 4 family members in the people for the people who won before you, then they're just gonna run out of the green cards, and that's it. Okay, that's it. You're out of the picture. Or even if they don't run out of the green cards, but your number is above 30,000. Because the time frame for getting the embassy interview is I believe September of the same year, and if they don't schedule it for before September of this year, then you're out of the picture. Okay, so not only you have a very small percentage of getting the win in this event, but also it does not guarantee that you actually will get your green card. All right, so a few things need to happen in order for you to get that. Your number should be anywhere, and we don't know, each year is different. Some years it could be 20,000, some years it could be 30,000. Rarely anything above 30,000 get a green card. Okay, because everybody else before just distributed them among their families. So this is a rare event when somebody gets it. But when you live in the US and you talk to people who live here and your friends, and you could have like a bunch of people who can tell you, hey, I want a green card. I actually know maybe like 20 people who want the green cards, and this like does not correlate with the statistics that I'm trying to show you. And you'll be like, Stanislav, like it seems that what you say is not quite true, because look, I know a bunch of people who won. Yes, exactly. The concentration of the people who won, they're here in the US, okay? So, of course, those who won, they come to the US and they live in big cities, in New York and Miami, Los Angeles. So you may have a bunch of people, maybe a lot of people who want the green card, but those are the lucky ones. And they, of course, they concentrated here in the US. So no wonder that they hear and they brag about winning a green card lot. I have an employee in my company who won the green card lottery last year. And she came in January, she works in my company, everything is good, right? So if you don't know the depth and understanding the green card lottery, it could seem that, oh, that's not too bad, you know, like there's a bunch of people I know and things like that. So, but you know, the depth of understanding shows the completely different data, okay? So now, why I'm not a fan of the green card lottery, provided that you have a good chance of scoring one of the non-immigrant or immigrant visa. Because if you're trying to make a bet on a green card lottery while you know that you may start working on your visa, which has more than 90% approval rates, in case you work with my company, then you are going to lose at least 6 months of your life. Why 6 months? Well, because October, November you apply, you wait till May, of course you don't win, and there you go. Okay, 6 months is lost. And you cannot refund those 6 months. Okay, like, oh guys, can I have a refund? That go back and do something else? No, they wasted forever. And you guys know, time is the most important commodity in our lives. There is no more important thing than the time. So, and also 6 months correlates with how long we work on your visa petition. Okay, it doesn't matter, it's O visa, it's EB1 visa, it's EB2 visa, only the labor certification visas and maybe EB5 has a different approach. But those that I do on a daily basis, all of them have the time span of 6 months. 5 months of which we work on the evidentiary base for your visa, and 1 month I take to draft a memorandum for your case. All right. So when you take the two, the chances of winning and the time you wait to know the results for your green card lottery, at the same time you could work on your visa, file it, and get it most likely approved. Okay. That's why when I hear my clients whom I qualified for one visa or another saying, Stanislav, I want to try to file for a green card lottery, or I want to wait till we get the results. That always upsets me. I'm always get sad because of that. Not because I don't get the potential client for the company, but I know that this person knowingly is going to waste the time. Okay, and nobody's going to refund it. All right, so I'm always upset about that. I understand if there's nothing to lose. You have no maybe you have no education, you have no case, you have no qualification, you have nothing, no talents, no projects, no money, nothing. Okay, nada. But then yes, I see why people would wait and waste their time, because there is no other option. Maybe cross the border with Mexico, which I do not recommend, because I think it's a disaster to do, and most of the people don't understand how big is the disaster to illegally cross the border of Mexico, thinking that it's a great and fast way to legalize themselves in the States. Not at all. Not only, I mean, don't get me started on that, guys. You know my position on that. It's terrible. So that's my point of view on the green card lottery. Now, what are the options that we have instead of trying to chase the green card lottery win, which are nowhere to be found? I do believe that O1 visa is one of the best ways for anybody to start the immigration journey. Okay? And of course, we need to prove that you have a talent. Of course, we need to show that you have some achievements, at least something that we can start building on. Okay? It's not that we can do O1 visa for anyone. No, for a good professional in the field, we can do O1 visa. And we can work with opening up or registering the US company to play a role of an employer in the case of a potential client. So basically, to get O1 visa approved, we need to have someone who is a good professional in the field, who is ready to building the case for O1 visa, and who is motivated enough to work on the documents. Okay, and of course there needs to be some money involved, because it's impossible to do with no money. So we need to have some budget for doing a O1 visa. And you guys know me, I'm always transparent about the prices and how much money you're going to be spending, and I'm not trying to lower those numbers. Actually, I'm always trying to make them bigger, because if you spend less, it's a good thing. But if you spend more than I told you, you'd be saying like, hey, Stanislav, you did not say everything. Well, okay, so that's why I'm trying to be as realistic as possible. Of course, different situations, different fields, different clients, they have different spendings, but I don't see how you can get O1 visa with everything, with government fees, with PR agencies, with attorney fees, with the translation fees. I don't see how you can get it for less than $20,000. Okay? And I'm being realistic here. Of course, if you have an American company who are not which is not yours, which belongs to somebody else, and they really want you to work at that company, and they're going to pay for your attorney, they're going to pay for your fees, they're going to pay for the translations. Yes, maybe you don't have to pay at all. But in the majority of the cases, the O1 visa is when the actual client covers all the fees and plays the role of his own or her own employer. So then we're looking at anywhere between $15,000 to $25,000. Okay, maybe even $18,000 to $25,000. With the average would be $20,000. Okay, and again, I'm just being realistic. Okay, because that's the way things work today. So and of course that could be a factor for some of you to say like, I just that's not my league. That's not what I can afford. Then there is nothing we can do. And then just the green card lottery is here. Okay, that's the option. But again, that's not the spending. That's the investment. Okay, you guys should treat that money as an investment in your future. It's like the same way you treat your education, that you invest in your future. All right, so and that spending, that expense is the investment in your future as well, because coming here in the US, you're definitely gonna cover that expense when you start working here and do everything possible to grow yourself professionally and individually. Okay, so that's how I see it, and there is no other way. Okay, so if you don't have enough money, start saving. Because you will be investing in your future and the future of your kids. If you already have a better case, if you already have talents and recognition, maybe you have scientific publications, maybe you go to the conferences, maybe you assess the work of other professionals in the field at the competitions, or maybe you do audits of other professionals within your company, you have a good critical leading roles, maybe we should think about EB1A. All right, the green card for the extraordinary ability. And again, it's not about how you feel about yourself and your achievements. That's what and how many criteria we can satisfy. Okay, your talent and your perception of your talent has an exact measure. The criteria, okay? The criteria in EB1A, in O1, whatever that is, the EB2 and IW. So it's critically that you guys know the potential of your visa before you even start thinking about that. And how to know the potential of your future visa. To get a free evaluation, okay? In the company, I specifically designed a free evaluation process for you guys. That's a series of questions that you answer, and I then analyze them for you, and I do it for free. Okay, so if you want to do that, I'm dropping you the links in a chat, so you guys could do this today. I always encourage to do it right now, because you're fresh, you're motivated, you know what you're doing it for, and it's a great way to know if you have even the chance to get your visa approved in the future. So don't sleep on that. Do that right now, or the sooner the better. Let's see. Let's look at the questions. Adeyemi, hi. You've evaluated me. To be honest, I'm not qualified for the EB visa. What are the options, or what can I do? Adeyemi, and you see, so guys, let's discuss the situation that Adeyemi just described. So. And you can tell that when I'm telling you, guys, get the free evaluation, right? You can tell I'm not doing it to lure you and trying to, to get your money or whatever. No, like you see how transparent and how honest we are in a company, that we are open about what's going on with the cases at the time of a free evaluation. So, Adeyemi, if you don't qualify for EB yet, you may probably qualify for a non-immigrant options of those visas. Depending on which one you're looking at. If it's a talent visa, it's O1. If it's a business visa, maybe L1 or E2. And you definitely need to start putting more time and effort into building up your portfolio for the purpose of actually satisfying the criteria. And you know all of them. And at the end, I know you go into my webinars and my streams, you watch my videos, probably you also follow me on Instagram. So you already have a lot of free information floating around to know what you need to do. Okay, nobody can stop you from doing the scientific publications. Okay, nobody can stop you from participating in the competitions with other professionals. Nobody can stop you from writing a book or looking for a job in the bigger companies with a good reputation. Okay, so you need to be execute on your criteria. Okay, that's all you need to do. And of course, it's going to take more time than probably maybe you have expected. But if you have a goal and you have the proper motivation, I do believe it's possible for any good professional in the field. Okay, so that's my best advice. If you want to still meet with me and go through the procedure of complex immigration planning, we can do that, and I can go even deeper in your criteria and build up a strategy for you, like for the next 12 months, what you need to do, how you need to do, and you maybe have like a better reference point, like because you're going to have a written document where everything is going to be described. Didi. Hello, Stanislav. Hello, Didi. I can satisfy all the criteria for E2 visa, but I'm subject to 10-year bar for overstaying tourist visa. Can you help me with waivers so we can file for E2 before the bar passed? Didi, I don't think there is a waiver. I'm not a big. I don't hold myself to the level of understanding in depth all kind of waivers, because there are a lot. But I think that my knowledge of waivers is enough to be able to tell you that. That I don't believe there is like a direct waiver for 10-year bar, unless there is a hardship to your close family members, like your spouse or your parents. Okay, so if your spouse or parents are like US citizens and they live in the States and they have economic hardship, that probably could be the reason to file some type of waiver. Okay, so that's how far my knowledge goes with the waivers. And again, like I said, I'm not a big specialist in that sense, because my expertise goes to talent visas, business and investment visas. That's where I can do pretty much anything for you. But here. I would advise that you find an attorney who is actually good with visa waivers and understand them, and go to the consultation. And let me drop you a name of an attorney who I think is a good match for your situation. And if there is a way, he will advise you. If not, then you will need to just wait until that ban is over. So the name of the attorney is Murat, and I'm gonna put it in the chat. So Didi, just call his office, schedule a consultation with him, describe his situation, or maybe even ask on the phone if he can help you, because he's a very good attorney. He's like me. He's not going to charge you the money just to charge you the money. He wants to help you. So here is his contacts. His name is Murat, and here's his office number. Call him and tell him, hey, I have this situation. I want to schedule the consultation, but I want to make sure that Murat will be able to tell me, to help me. And if they say yes, then I'll go ahead and try to resolve your issue that way. Okay, Adeyemi, I have replied the WhatsApp since the last week, but no response. But yet, how else can one get in touch to get a faster response? Adeyemi, and I'm sorry about that, because we have at this point we have a little bit of limited resources as to just basically responding to something that we cannot help with. Okay, so I'm sorry, but that's the reality today. We have a lot of requests going to the company, like hundreds upon hundreds. So definitely there could be some wait time, and especially if like a request is something that we cannot really help. And I'm really sorry about that, but that's the reality. I will, nevertheless, I'm gonna send the request to the customer service department so they could go ahead and see what's happening. Give me 1 second. Okay, somebody will get in touch with you shortly. Thank you for drawing my attention to that. Didi, you are welcome. I hope Murat, Didi, if Murat doesn't help you, no one will. Okay, so talk to him. He's a great attorney. I think he's one of the best immigration attorneys. Generally for immigration. He doesn't do talent visas and the visas that I do, but he's very good at those little things that you may be interested in. Okay, so let's see what drop more questions, guys, if you have any other concerns. And let me see what else I can add regarding the green card lottery. So yes, we talked about O1 visa, we talked about EB1A visa, we talked about, we didn't talk about EB2 and IW visa, so let's put some emphasis here. EB2 and IW visa is really good if your education is in STEM. And I know like Rushi and other people from India who you guys have a lot of good education and projects and good cases for EB2 and IW, but unfortunately visa bulletin does not allow Indians to go ahead and it does allow filing and we can get an approval, but the wait time is huge. It's like about 12 years. Maybe even more, so it doesn't really make sense. I mean, if you're a young professional, if you maybe before 30, maybe still it makes sense to do this and be able to come to the States with your family in your 40s, maybe. But if you're in your 30s or 40s, it's just I don't see that happening. But for everybody else, this is a really good way if you're an engineer, if you're a doctor, if you're an IT person, if you are in technology, if you're in innovative startups and things like that. I do believe that's a great visa to participate in and to get an approval. I need your advanced degree, a bachelor's and 5 years of experience in the field, or a master's degree. Or if you don't have the degree, there's a possibility to go on exceptional ability, which I'm not a big fan, but you know, it's always possible to do, and we regularly do this without education. The most important thing is to look at your past and your current projects to see how you can transform them into the project in the future, proposed project that could be of national importance to the US government. Okay, and I know it sounds a little bit intimidating even when I break it down for you. Like when you actually read the law, it sounds like, oh my god, like that's impossible. Okay, when I break it down to you, it sounds already less daunting. Like that sounds okay, more doable. But in reality, it's actually even less daunting and more doable when you start working on your case. Okay, let's see. Did you follow-up question? So if Murat can help me with the waiver, I can continue the process with you for E2 or other. Yes, Didi, absolutely. Because I cannot help you with the waivers just because I don't have enough expertise here. Okay, and the reason why I don't have expertise because I just don't have time, okay? And I could go in and study it and maybe start doing them, but because it's a rare issue, pops up once in a while. Like I don't see, like here, I don't see the like commercial reason to do this, okay? Like yes, I can help, and I'm all about helping my clients, but that takes up my it eats up my time when I'm already helping people. Okay, so that's why I don't have enough resources to do that. But if Murat can help you, then yes, I can definitely help you with everything else. All right, guys. We already 30 minutes in. I kind of covered all the materials regarding the green cards on the lottery, on the green card lottery, and let's summarize it. I do believe that it's not the best way to make your bet, to put your money on. Okay, I would never bet on a green card lottery, especially if you have a good case for O1, EB1A, EB2, and IW. Okay, even if you have a case for EB2 and EB3 through the labor certification, through the employer in the US, I think it's still a better bet than a green card lottery because that process is very technical. Okay, you file prevailing wage, you do the recruiting, not you, the company. Then they file for the perm, the labor certification, then we file I-140, then we wait the priority dates, and yes, it's going to take maybe 5 years. But still, you have a lot of chances, and you see the light at the end of the tunnel. With the green card lottery, there's no light. Okay, there's no light, and there are no chances. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap up because there is no more questions. So thank you guys for coming over. I hope I got you some value as to the understanding the green card lottery. And let me be clear, guys. I do not say do not participate in the green card lottery. I actually encourage you to participate. What I'm saying is do not bet your money on a green card lottery. Okay, that's my message to you, and especially if you have other ways to file for non-immigrant or immigrant visas. So with this conclusion, thank you very much for being here. We're going to wrap it up. I'm going to see you next Thursday. My name is Stanislav Shamayev, a lawyer of the future. Your future begins here. Good luck.